Listen to me for a moment. Before another anxious thought enters your mind, before fear convinces you that you are alone, and before your heart begins to imagine the worst, I want you to hear my voice. I did not bring you here to abandon you. I have never forgotten your name. I have never looked away from your tears. I have watched every silent battle you have fought, every prayer you whispered when no one else was listening, and every night you struggled to find peace. I know the weight you have been carrying, and I know how exhausted your heart has become. But today I ask you to stop carrying what belongs in my hands. Do not allow worry to become the language of your heart. Worry promises control, yet it steals your peace. Fear claims to protect you, yet it weakens your faith. I created you for something greater than a life imprisoned by anxiety. I formed you with purpose, surrounded you with my love, and filled your future with hope long before you took your first breath. You may wonder why some prayers seem unanswered. You may ask why certain doors remain closed while others appear to open for everyone around you. Do not compare your journey with anyone else's. I write every story differently because every life carries a unique purpose. What I am preparing for you requires timing that only my wisdom can understand. If I gave you everything the moment you asked, you might receive the blessing before your character was ready to protect it. Trust that I see the entire path while you see only the next step. My child, I know the questions that echo inside your heart. I know the disappointments you rarely speak about. I know the dreams you quietly buried because you feared they would never come true. Yet, I also know the future I have prepared for you, and it is far greater than the limitations you see today. Your present season is not your permanent destination. I am shaping your heart even when nothing around you appears to change. There are moments when you feel invisible. You wonder whether your efforts matter. You question whether anyone notices your kindness, your sacrifices, or your silent acts of faith. But I see everything. I notice every decision you make to choose forgiveness instead of bitterness. I see every time you refuse to give up even when discouragement whispers in your ear. Nothing done with love escapes my attention. Do not believe the voices that tell you you are too broken to begin again. Those voices do not come from me. I am the one who restores what seems impossible to repair. I specialize in rebuilding lives that others have abandoned. I breathe hope into weary souls and courage into trembling hearts. When you feel empty, I remain your source. When your strength disappears, my strength becomes sufficient for you. I do not measure your worth by your past mistakes. I do not define you by yesterday's failures. My mercy is greater than your regrets, and my grace reaches deeper than your guilt. Come to me honestly. You do not need perfect words. You do not need impressive prayers. Simply bring me your heart. I can heal what you cannot explain. I can restore what you thought was permanently lost. Each new morning is evidence that I have not finished working in your life. The sunrise is not merely another day on the calendar. It is another reminder that my faithfulness continues. The breath in your lungs is proof that your purpose still lives. Do not waste today's gift, dwelling on yesterday's pain. Learn from the past, but do not live inside it. Lift your eyes and walk forward with me. When uncertainty surrounds you, choose faith instead of panic. When opportunities seem delayed, choose patience instead of frustration. Every season carries lessons that prepare you for what lies ahead. Even the waiting has purpose. Roots grow deep before branches reach high. In the same way, I am strengthening your character before I elevate your calling. Guard your thoughts carefully. The battles that shape your future often begin in your mind. Do not feed fear with endless imagination. Feed your spirit with my truth. Speak words of hope instead of defeat. Replace complaints with gratitude. Replace despair with expectation. Your words influence your perspective, and your perspective shapes your actions. Forgive those who wounded you, not because they deserved it, but because I desire freedom for your heart. Bitterness chains you to yesterday, but forgiveness allows you to walk into tomorrow. Release the burden to me. Justice belongs in my hands. Your responsibility is to keep your heart soft and your faith alive. Do not chase acceptance from people who cannot recognize the value I place within you. The approval of the world changes with every season, but my love remains constant forever. I knew you before anyone spoke your name. I loved you before anyone applauded your success. My opinion of you is not determined by your achievements, but by the relationship I desire with you. Spend time with me each day. Even a few sincere moments in my presence can transform the direction of your entire day. Open my word with expectation. Pray with honesty. Listen with a quiet heart. I often speak most clearly when the noise around you becomes still. The answers you seek may not always arrive instantly, but my wisdom will guide every faithful step you take. Do not be discouraged by small beginnings. Great victories often begin with simple acts of obedience. Every seed planted in faith carries the potential for a future harvest. Continue doing what is right even when no one applauds you. Continue loving even when others misunderstand you. Continue believing even when circumstances appear unchanged. I am working beyond what your eyes can presently see. Soon you will look back and recognize that what once seemed like delay was actually protection. You will understand why certain opportunities disappeared and why some relationships ended. I was not punishing you. I was preparing you. I was leading you away from what could not sustain your purpose and guiding you toward what will strengthen your future. Walk through today with confidence, not because every problem has disappeared, but because I walk beside you. Let my peace become stronger than your fears. Let my promises become louder than your doubts. Let hope rise within your spirit again, because I have not abandoned the work I began in your life. If these words have reached your heart today, don't keep them to yourself. Type yes in the comments as your declaration that you choose faith over fear, and stay with me until the very end of this message, because I am about to reveal truths that will strengthen your heart, renew your hope, and help you walk confidently into the future I have prepared for you. Do not lose heart, because you cannot yet see what I am accomplishing. There are many things happening beyond your sight that your natural eyes cannot perceive. While you have been counting delays, I have been arranging opportunities. While you have wondered if I heard your prayers, I have already been moving circumstances into place. Nothing that concerns your life has escaped my attention. Every detail matters to me because you matter to me. There have been days when discouragement whispered that nothing would ever change. You looked around and saw the same problems, the same unanswered questions, and the same obstacles standing before you. You wondered if hope was slipping away. Yet I tell you today that hope has never left you because I have never left you. My presence has surrounded you in moments when you felt abandoned. My hand has protected you from dangers you never even knew existed. I have closed doors that would have brought pain into your future, and I have delayed certain answers because I was protecting the blessing I intend to place in your hands. Do not mistake my silence for my absence. Sometimes I am quiet because I am inviting you to trust me more deeply. Faith grows strongest when you continue walking even before you understand the destination. If I explained every step of my plan, you would rely on your understanding instead of depending upon my wisdom. I desire a relationship built upon trust, not merely upon visible results. My child, I know the burdens you carry that no one else can see. I know the worries you hide behind your smile. I know the tears you wipe away before anyone notices them. You have tried to appear strong for others while quietly asking me for strength of your own. Hear me now. You do not have to pretend in my presence. Come to me exactly as you are. Bring me your fears, your doubts, your questions, and your disappointments. I am not discouraged by your weakness. I am ready to fill it with my strength. Do not allow yesterday's disappointments to convince you that tomorrow cannot be different. I am the God who creates new beginnings. I can restore years that seem wasted. I can heal relationships that appear beyond repair if hearts are willing to receive my guidance. I can open doors that no human effort could ever unlock. The limitations you see are not limitations to me. Be careful what you allow into your heart each day. The words you hear repeatedly begin shaping the thoughts you believe. Fill your mind with truth instead of fear. Choose gratitude even when life feels uncertain. Gratitude does not ignore difficulty. It reminds your heart that my goodness is greater than your circumstances. Every time you thank me before seeing the answer, you are demonstrating faith that honors me. Do not compare your journey with someone else's success. Comparison steals the joy I have placed within your own calling. I have assigned different paths, different seasons, and different purposes to each of my children. What I have prepared for another person does not diminish what I have prepared for you. Your blessing has its own appointed time. Continue walking faithfully instead of measuring your progress against those around you. There will always be voices attempting to convince you that giving up is easier than believing. Do not listen to them. Listen instead for my voice speaking peace to your heart. My truth will never lead you into despair. I call you forward, never backward. I invite you toward hope, never hopelessness. Even when I correct you, my correction is born from love and designed to help you become the person I created you to be. Practice kindness even when the world chooses anger. Practice forgiveness even when revenge appears satisfying. Speak words that build instead of words that destroy. Your character becomes a testimony long before your success becomes visible. Many people will recognize my work in your life, not because of your possessions, but because of the peace you carry through difficult seasons. Remember that your family also needs your faith. The atmosphere of your home changes when you choose patience over frustration, prayer over panic, and love over criticism. Do not underestimate the influence of one heart that remains close to me. The smallest act of compassion can begin a healing that reaches generations beyond what you can presently imagine. I am teaching you to depend upon me every day rather than only during emergencies. When life becomes comfortable, continue seeking me. When blessings increase, remain humble. When victories come, remember the one who carried you through the battles. Gratitude protects your heart from pride, and humility keeps you close to my wisdom. Some of the greatest miracles begin inside before they become visible outside. Peace enters the heart before circumstances change. Courage rises before the battle is won. Faith grows before the mountain moves. Allow me to transform your inner life, because lasting victory always begins there. You may feel that your progress is slow, but growth often happens quietly. A tree does not become strong overnight. Its roots deepen long before its branches spread. In the same way, I am establishing your faith beneath the surface. One day others will admire the fruit they see, never realizing how much unseen work I accomplish within your heart. Stay faithful in the ordinary moments. Continue praying even when emotions fade. Continue reading my word, even when you do not immediately understand everything. Continue serving others with sincerity. Consistency in small acts of obedience prepares you for greater responsibilities ahead. I have already written hope into your future. The story is not ending where you are today. The chapter you are living now is not the conclusion. I am still writing, still restoring, still guiding, and still blessing. Hold tightly to my promises, because they remain true even when circumstances temporarily suggest otherwise. Lift your eyes above today's worries. The future I have prepared is greater than the fear trying to discourage you. Walk one faithful step at a time, and I will direct the path before you. Trust that I know exactly where I am leading you, and believe that every season has purpose under my loving care. If you believe I am preparing something greater than what you can presently see, write, "I trust your timing" in the comments and remain with me until the end of this message. The words "still to come" will strengthen your faith, renew your courage, and remind you that I never stop working for those who place their hope in me. There is something I want you to understand today. The greatest battles you face are not always the ones that stand before your eyes. Many of the struggles that keep you awake at night begin inside your own heart. Fear attempts to convince you that tomorrow will be worse than today. Doubt whispers that your prayers have gone unheard. Discouragement tells you that your best days are behind you. But those voices do not speak my truth. My voice always leads you toward hope, even when the path before you seems uncertain. I know there have been moments when you question whether you were strong enough to continue. You looked at the responsibilities on your shoulders and wondered how much longer you could endure. You felt as though each day demanded more from you while leaving you with less strength than before. Yet even in those moments, I was carrying you in ways you could not see. Had my hand not been upon you, you would not have made it this far. The very fact that you are hearing these words today is a reminder that my grace has sustained you through every storm. Do not let temporary struggles convince you that your future has been stolen. Storms do not last forever. Seasons change because I have commanded them to change. Night always gives way to morning because I have ordained the rising of the sun. In the same way, your present season will not continue forever. The pain you are experiencing today is not the final sentence over your life. I am still writing your story, and my ending is always greater than your fear. My child, when you feel surrounded by uncertainty, remember that I am not limited by the circumstances that trouble you. I am not intimidated by impossible situations. What appears close to you is never close to me. I can create a path where none seems to exist. I can provide when every resource appears exhausted. I can restore what people declare permanently lost. There is no mountain too high, no valley too deep, and no chain too strong for my power. Do not carry tomorrow's burdens before tomorrow arrives. I have given you grace for today. Walk faithfully through this day, and when tomorrow comes, I will provide fresh mercy and new strength once again. Many times you exhaust yourself fighting battles that have not even happened. Instead of imagining every possible failure, imagine my faithfulness. Instead of rehearsing fear, remember the victories I have already given you. If I was faithful yesterday, I remain faithful today, and I will still be faithful tomorrow. I desire for your heart to become a place where peace can grow. Peace is not the absence of problems. Peace is the confidence that I remain with you despite every problem. When the world becomes louder, draw closer to me. When confusion increases around you, quiet your heart in my presence. I often speak with gentle clarity to those who are willing to listen instead of allowing anxiety to dominate their thoughts. Be careful not to define yourself by the opinions of people who cannot see what I see. Others may remember your failures, but I see your potential. Others may focus on your weaknesses, but I see the gifts I placed within you before you were born. Never allow someone's limited perspective to become the measure of your identity. Your worth comes from me, not from the approval or rejection of others. There are people I will remove from your journey because they cannot accompany you into the future I have prepared. Do not grieve every ending. Some closed chapters are acts of my protection. Not everyone who walks beside you today is meant to walk beside you forever. Trust me when I separate you from relationships that continually pull you away from my peace. I never remove something without knowing how I will provide something better in its place. Learn to speak words filled with life. Stop declaring defeat over yourself. Stop saying that nothing will ever change. Your words influence your heart more than you realize. Begin each day by thanking me for my goodness before you see the answer. Speak hope into your home. Speak blessing over your family. Speak faith over your future. Let your mouth agree with my promises rather than your fears. I am teaching you patience because lasting blessings require steady hearts. Anyone can celebrate when life is easy, but true faith continues believing when the answer has not yet appeared. Continue planting seeds of kindness. Continue choosing integrity when dishonesty seems easier. Continue loving those around you without expecting immediate rewards. Everything done with sincerity in my name produces fruit in its proper season. Never believe that your prayers disappear into silence. Every sincere prayer reaches me. Every tear you have shed has been seen. Every sigh of exhaustion has been heard. Even when you cannot find the right words, I understand the language of your heart. I know the desires you have never spoken aloud. I know the dreams you have hidden because you feared disappointment. Place them in my hands once again and trust that my timing remains perfect. Take time each morning to seek me before the demands of the day begin. Allow my truth to shape your thoughts before the world's distractions attempt to shape them. A few quiet moments with me can change the direction of an entire day. As you grow closer to me, your confidence will no longer depend upon changing circumstances, but upon my unchanging character. Soon, you will witness doors opening that once appeared permanently closed. You will recognize opportunities that I quietly prepared while you were faithfully waiting. You will understand that what looked like delay was actually my loving protection. You will see that every lesson, every challenge, and every season helped prepare you for the blessings now drawing near. So lift your head with confidence. Walk forward with courage. Refuse to surrender to fear. I have gone before you, I walk beside you, and I will remain behind you as your protector. You are never facing life alone because my presence surrounds you every step of the way. If your heart is choosing faith instead of fear today, comment, "God is my strength," below, and stay until the final part of this message. What I am about to reveal will remind you that your greatest victories are still ahead, and my promises over your life will never fail. Pause for a moment and allow your heart to become still before me. You have spent enough time listening to the voices of fear, disappointment, and uncertainty. Now listen carefully to my voice, because what I am about to place within your heart will become stronger than every worry that has tried to steal your peace. I did not bring you this far so that you would stop just before the breakthrough I have prepared for you. I have been leading you every step of the way, even when you believed you were walking through life alone. There were days when you questioned whether your prayers had reached me. You wondered why heaven seemed quiet, while your heart cried louder than ever before. You looked at your circumstances and thought they were speaking the final word over your future. But circumstances have never possessed the authority to determine your destiny. I alone hold your future, and nothing that happens in this world can cancel the purpose I have lovingly written for your life. You have often asked me to change your situation, but there were moments when I first needed to transform your heart. Blessings placed into an unprepared heart can become burdens instead of gifts. That is why I have been teaching you patience, humility, forgiveness, and unwavering trust. Every lesson you have learned has been preparing you for the next season. Nothing has been wasted. Even your tears have become seeds that will one day produce a harvest of joy. My child, stop believing the lie that you have fallen too far behind. I do not measure your life by the calendar of this world. I measure it by my perfect purpose. Others may seem to move ahead more quickly, but I know exactly what your soul needs before I entrust greater responsibility to your hands. Never confuse another person's visible success with my complete plan for your own life. What I have reserved for you cannot be taken by anyone else. Remember how many times I carried you through situations that seemed impossible. Think back to the moments when you believed there was no way forward, yet somehow a path appeared. Reflect upon the days when you had little strength left, yet you continued walking because I quietly strengthened your spirit. Those were not accidents. Those were reminders that I have always been faithful. The same God who delivered you yesterday remains the God who walks beside you today. Do not allow bitterness to settle within your heart. Bitterness slowly steals the joy I want you to experience. Forgiveness is not saying that wrong actions were acceptable. Forgiveness is choosing to place justice into my hands instead of allowing anger to rule your life. When you forgive, you free your own heart to receive the peace I desire to give you. Leave vengeance to me. I see every hidden act. Nothing escapes my sight, and my justice never fails. Protect your mind from constant negativity. Every day, the world offers reasons to fear, to complain, and to expect the worst. But I am calling you to become different. Let your thoughts be filled with hope instead of despair. Let gratitude become stronger than frustration. Every morning begin by thanking me for another opportunity to walk with me. Gratitude opens your heart to recognize blessings that worry often hides. Continue speaking words filled with faith over your family. Pray for your children, your parents, your spouse, your friends, and even those who have misunderstood you. Never underestimate the power of faithful prayer. Some hearts change slowly, but I am always working where sincere prayers are lifted. Keep believing even when visible change takes time. The seed does not become fruit the day it is planted, yet life is already growing beneath the surface. I also want you to remember that success is not measured only by possessions or achievements. True success begins with a peaceful heart that trusts me completely. There are people who possess great wealth but live without joy. There are people surrounded by recognition yet filled with emptiness. But the one who walks closely with me possesses a treasure that the world can never give and never take away. Seek my presence above everything else, and I will guide you in every other area of your life. Do not become discouraged by small progress. A mountain is climbed one step at a time. A strong foundation is built one stone at a time. Your spiritual growth happens one faithful decision at a time. Celebrate every victory, no matter how small it appears. Every choice to trust me instead of fear, every act of kindness, every prayer spoken in faith, and every moment spent in my presence is shaping the person you are becoming. There will be moments when people fail to understand your journey. Some may criticize your faith, others may doubt your dreams. Do not allow their disbelief to become your limitation. I have called you to listen to my voice above every other voice. The opinions of people change, but my promises remain forever. Build your confidence upon what I have spoken rather than what others expect from you. Soon, you will recognize why I asked you to wait. You will see that every delay protected you from something that was not meant for you. You will discover that every closed door directed you toward a better opportunity. You will understand that every difficult season strengthened your faith so you could carry the blessings that are now approaching your life. What once caused tears will become part of the testimony that encourages others to trust me, walk into each new day expecting my goodness. Expect opportunities to appear. Expect wisdom to guide your decisions. Expect peace to guard your heart. I am already moving ahead of you, preparing conversations, arranging opportunities, and opening doors that no human effort could unlock. Continue walking faithfully, and you will witness my hand at work in ways that exceed your expectations. If you believe I'm turning your waiting season into a testimony, declare "My God never fails" in the comments. Stay with me for the final part, because I am about to speak words of blessing, hope, and purpose that I want you to carry into every day of your life. Now that you have listened to my voice, do not allow these words to remain only as a moment of encouragement. Let them become the foundation upon which you build your life each day. I did not speak to comfort you for a single moment and then leave you to face tomorrow alone. I spoke because I desire to walk with you every day. My presence is not limited to this message. It goes before you into every conversation, every decision, every challenge, and every opportunity that awaits you. From this day forward, choose to begin each morning by remembering who I am instead of remembering everything that worries you. Before fear has a chance to speak, let my truth fill your heart. Before anxiety begins to imagine tomorrow's problems, remember that I already stand in tomorrow waiting for you. I am not surprised by anything that will happen in your life. I have already prepared the grace you will need, the wisdom you will seek, and the strength you will discover along the way. There will still be days when life feels difficult. There will be moments when unexpected news arrives, when people disappoint you, or when your own strength feels small. Do not interpret those moments as proof that I have abandoned you. Challenges are not evidence of my absence. Often they become the very places where my faithfulness shines most brightly. When you cannot understand what I am doing, continue trusting who I am. My character never changes, even when your circumstances do. My child, never forget that your identity is not found in your failures, your fears, or the opinions others hold about you. Your identity is found in my love. I created you with purpose. I have called you to live with hope, integrity, compassion, and courage. Every day you choose forgiveness instead of bitterness, faith instead of fear, kindness instead of anger, and truth instead of deception. You are allowing my light to shine through your life. Do not allow the busyness of the world to steal the quiet moments we share together. Spend time with me before rushing into your responsibilities. Open your heart through prayer, Read my word with expectation instead of routine. Listen patiently, because I often guide those who are willing to slow down enough to hear my gentle voice. The wisdom you receive from me will protect you from many mistakes and lead you into decisions that produce lasting peace. Care for the people I have placed around you. Encourage those who are discouraged. Comfort those who are grieving. Forgive those who sincerely seek forgiveness. Be generous when you have the opportunity to help someone in need. The love you freely give reflects my heart to a world that desperately needs hope. Never underestimate how one kind word, one faithful prayer, or one act of compassion can completely change another person's life. Do not fear the future. I am already there. The doors that belong in your life will open at the right time, and the doors that remain closed are not punishments but protection. Trust that my timing is always wiser than your own. I see what lies beyond every decision, every relationship, and every opportunity. What appears to be a delay today may become the very reason you will praise me tomorrow. Remember to guard your thoughts. Not every thought deserves your attention. When fear whispers, answer it with my promises. When doubt rises, remember the victories I have already given you. When discouragement attempts to settle into your heart, choose gratitude instead. The more you focus on my faithfulness, the stronger your confidence will become. Your mind is a precious place. Fill it with truth, hope, and peace rather than constant worry. I want your home to become a place where love is stronger than conflict and prayer is stronger than fear. Let your family see patience in your words, humility in your actions, and joy in your spirit. They may not remember every conversation you have with them, but they will remember the peace that surrounded your life because you trusted me. Your example may become the beginning of someone else's journey toward me. The blessings I have prepared are not meant to make you proud. They are meant to help you bless others. When I increase what is in your hands, remain generous. When I lift you higher, remain humble. When I answer your prayers, continue seeking me just as faithfully as you did while you were waiting. Never love my gifts more than you love my presence. One day, you will look back on this season and realize that I was working even when everything seemed still. You will see that every lesson strengthened your faith, every delay protected your future, every challenge shaped your character, and every prayer brought you closer to my heart. Nothing you surrendered to me was ever wasted. I have been weaving every chapter together into a story that will glorify me and encourage many others. So walk forward with confidence. Lift your head. Release the burdens you have carried for too long. Forgive yourself where I have already forgiven you. Let go of fear, because I have not given you a spirit of fear, but a heart that can trust my unfailing love. Choose hope each morning. Choose gratitude each evening. Continue believing even when you cannot yet see the entire picture, because I am faithful to complete the work I have begun in your life. Now receive this blessing. May my peace guard your heart when the world becomes uncertain. May my wisdom direct every decision you make. May my strength sustain you when your own strength grows weak. May my joy fill your home, my protection surround your family, and my favor rest upon the work of your hands. Wherever you go, remember that my love goes with you, and nothing can separate you from my faithful care when you continue walking with me. If these words have brought peace to your heart today, type Amen in the comments as your declaration of faith. If you feel happy with my words and this message has encouraged your heart, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this message with someone who needs hope today, and support this ministry so that more hearts can hear my promises. Stay close to me every day, keep my word in your heart, and remember this truth above all else: I am with you, I am for you, and I will never leave you.